That was weird. The AI wasn't working. I guess you were supposed to rewind.
Safi could be anywhere by now. Knowing her, she probably stuck around to watch me squirm.
I need your assurance that our understanding still holds. This isn't just about Abraxas's future, Reggie. It's about yours, too.
Max, hey! I needed to ask you about yesterday's assignment. Do you have a minute? Sorry, President Teller, I really need to understand this whole, a negative space thing.
Why do I suspect you're not looking to talk photography?
Sorry, I just needed to get out of there.
Are you okay?
It's been a day. Owen's breathing down my neck, up to my ass in angry emails, and now Marlon says I'm acting crazy.
Why would he say that?
When I saw him this morning, he asked if he could borrow something important, and now he's saying he never even saw me. Stoner. He probably just lost it and he doesn't want to admit it. But it's extremely important for reasons that are extremely time sensitive.
Does it have to do with the Maybon party by any chance?
Maybon? What is that?
Reggie, I know the party was officially canceled. It would be a very bad idea to hold it anyway.
I always appreciate your advice, Max. It's fine. There's probably a whole stack of them down in the basement. I just need to get there early.
So the party is still at the Abraxas house. Good to know. What was that talk with you and Owen about? It sounded intense.
Nothing important. Just ensuring the success of Caledon 2.0. No pressure.
He said the two of you had an understanding?
Understanding? Who really understands anything these days? What does that word even mean, you know?
Reggie, I know there's a lot going on. Just be careful.
I always am. See you around, Max.
That was definitely Reggie. But what about the rest of the quad? When Safi was impersonating Owen, she took a Caledon folder from Vin. That's my tell. Anyone with a Caledon folder could be Safi. I need to check out each one I find.
Well, that was a productive trip to the president's office. I need to regroup. Here are the people who definitely know more than they're letting on. Reggie. Being the president of Abraxas comes with a certain amount of skullduggery. I don't know. Skullduggery? He's hiding something. It's just a question of what. But Reggie has been working for months to save the Abraxas house. Why would he want to burn it down? Vin. Knowing more than he lets on is Vin's whole personality. He's a secretive guy, but he's also my friend. He reports to Owen, but he loves Abraxas. Is Vin involved in something or caught in the middle of it? Lucas. Hates Caledon, emboldened by his podcast, Such a Dick. I don't know if Lucas is capable of violence, but I certainly trust him less than I trust the other two. Who else? Here are the people who might know more than they're letting on. Owen. What's his deal? He seems laser focused on his goal of ruining Caledon by turning it into tech bro heaven. Would he burn down the Abraxas house if it stood in his way? Loretta. I don't think she's involved. She sure wasn't aware that the Abraxas house was about to come down. But Loretta's march was named after her for a reason. Besides, it's always a fair assumption that Loretta knows more than she says. Safi. The wildest wild card, currently running around campus for reasons unknown. Why is she back now? Why is she creeping around looking for information, trying to get me off her scent? I have to talk to her. Oh god, this guy again.
The man has absolutely no hold on this guy. Safi was just shapeshifted as Owen. Unsurprisingly, Owen is being a cairn Karen.
Unpermitted sculptures are not permitted on campus. The rock pile will be removed. Dang.
The whole school feels about as stable as you do right now.
That's definitely... Actually, is that her? We'll see.
Safi was just shapeshifted as Owen. Maybe she didn't have time to change yet. I don't mean to interrupt.
Well, unless you want to help me liaise with the Abraxas Alumni Network, you are. Excuse me.
I can't just push Owen to talk. What if it's the real Owen? I need to rewind and regroup.
Find someone to distract Owen, alright.
I can always tell how I'm feeling by what I see in this sculpture. Today it looks like a dragon. Not a folder to be seen. Good. I'll bet Safi got a real kick out of seeing this. Yasmin must have commissioned this sculpture after Safi died.
The sculpture elicited a great deal of surprise when it was delivered to Caledon's campus. Communications with the artist revealed that it had been commissioned the previous year by President Fayyad, who had no memory of doing so. While its original purpose is unknown, the sculpture has become a meditation or impermanence. It reminds us that our thoughts and memories, as solid as they feel, are subject to constant change. Show me your love! XOXO. Where's the gnome? I don't even see a gnome in there.
Is it me, or are there more of these
Oh.
gnomes around than there used to be?
God, Sims 3 with the gnomes everywhere.
Still no sign of Safi. I have to keep looking.
Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas
This guy
house!
doesn't seem like he'd mind pissing off the president.
Down with
Maybe I
President
can use
Teller!
that.
Save the Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house!
President Teller's sitting in the quad over there. I'm not sure he can hear you.
I can do something about that. Thanks, lady.
I hope the power of protest is enough to get Owen away from that folder.
Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house!
Hold on, let's talk to...
Down with President
Safi saw my class. Maybe she'd shapeshift as one of my students to mess with me?
Down with President Teller!
Hey, Jeanette.
Oh, hey, Max. Fancy seeing you here.
Doing some alfresco homework?
Oh, no, it's a personal project.
Were you pleased with the photos you took in class?
Definitely. But I wanted to get a few more to choose from. I asked Reggie if he wanted to shoot together, but he said he had some pressing plans. Lame.
I'll leave you to it. See you in class.
Max, have you ever... I'm sort of thinking about applying to grad school.
For what?
Oh. I shouldn't have... Never mind.
Wait, Jeanette, I didn't...
It's cool, Max. I'll see you in class.
Okay, rewind opportunity.
Hey, Jeanette. I've been meaning to ask you. Have you ever considered applying to grad school for photography?
Yes, actually. I wanted to ask you about it, but I figured if you thought it was a good idea, you would have brought it up.
I'm sorry. I'm still new at teaching, and I'm not used to people caring about my opinion. But of course, I think you're good enough.
Most of the applications require an artist statement, so I've been working on one. Would you mind taking a look?
I'd love to.
Ugh, it sounds really pretentious.
Artist statements are just like that. You're right in the pocket.
The first time I got to hold a camera, I was overwhelmed with the desire to capture an image of my mother asleep in a hammock. My artistic instincts were so strong that I nearly dropped her Kodak P880 on her face. When my mother woke up, grabbed back her camera, and forbade me from touching it for the rest of our vacation, I learned a valuable lesson. Photography is about permission. We are surveilled to some degree or another anytime we set foot on a city street or log onto our devices. We can take pictures of people with our phones, watches, or sunglasses with or without their consent. But to take someone's photograph is very different from simply taking their picture, though it might sound like semantics. To photograph someone is to ask another person if you can treat them as a piece of art, not as a commodity or consumer. It redefines communication, introduces playfulness and spontaneity, and demands collaboration between the photographer and the subject. In a world beset on all sides by technology, which often has an isolating effect, photography remains a technology that connects us to each other.
I know it's a long shot, but I really love your class, and some of these programs have financial aid, so...
So what on earth do you have to lose by applying?
Exactly.
Okay, let's meet after class on Tuesday. I'll do my own research on MFA programs, and we can touch base.
That would be amazing.
Hey, don't wait for other people to tell you that you're an artist. You are an artist, whether they see it or not.
Wow. Thanks, Max. I'm so lucky to have you as my mentor.
Don't start crying. Don't start crying.
Aw. Oh, Professor Max.
These little gnomes are moving around. So cute.
God, Sims 3 PTSD. I assume we can't go all the way this way?
Sophie can't have gone far. I need to keep looking. Sometimes this sculpture feels like a self-portrait. Not today, though. Sophie knows all the English teachers. If she wanted to blend in, maybe she'd choose one of them? Sophie knows all the English teachers. If she...
Are we sure we want to do this? What if my husband finds out?
Ooh.
I already told my husband. He was excited until I told him he couldn't watch.
Ooh.
Oh, Max, can you give us a moment? We're discussing some plans.
Okay, so they were talking about doing a presentation together. That makes way more sense than where my mind went.
Yeah, we're all horrible-minded, Max. Okay, let's see. Title of the presentation, Virginia Woolf was right. A room of one's own and the case for singledom. Presentation summary, Virginia Woolf's groundbreaking essay, A Room of One's Own, was published nearly a century ago. But how far have we, as female writers, really come? And most concerning of all, do we get there any faster if we're married? I mailed you a draft of the presentation. Why don't you take your pass to read it?
Did I hear that right? Hello?
Hey, hippie. Just checking in.
Have you talked to Moses?
Not yet. He was with a student. I'm just sitting outside the planetarium, trying to imagine what it would be like to go to school here. But if I had that kind of money, I'd probably just buy a tour bus.
You are gonna love Moses. I wish I could be there for this meeting of the minds.
I don't. This way, we can jump straight into talking shit about you.
Har har. Well, I'm sure he'll have some theories about what's happening with you. He'll probably want to run some tests, too. He can get a little test-happy when it comes to powers and timelines.
On my trip out here, I spent hours wondering what it would be like to see you again. But I never expected mad scientist friend hangout.
What did you expect?
Most often, a slammed door in my face.
Really? Why?
Well, we didn't part ways on the best terms, and you never responded to my text.
I wanted to. I worried that if I sent you one text, I might send you 1,000. I mean, we talked all morning, and there's still so much more to say.
Well, it's a start.
So what I'm hearing is, even though the school's in danger and reality's a mess, this trip is going better than you expected?
Oh. Damn. I guess it is.
I should get back to the search. I'll text you when I know anything.
See you soon.
He died doing what he loved. Being struck by lightning really hard.
Alright, let's go back to the president.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Defend the students' right to self-govern! Save the Abraxas!
What is it now?
Yoink.
Well, this certainly wasn't pulled from the archives. Must be the real Owen.
Last night was an unfortunate, entirely avoidable incident. It was handled quietly, but could have been catastrophic and demands immediate action. Go over police report, miscommunication with demolition team. No better time to demolish a building. Creepy abandoned house will always attract attention. Need to act fast, or could cave in on the next trespasser. Reminder, we are not trying to close Abraxas, but disbanding is always an option if they keep acting up. Reggie's attempts to get alumni records on board with the move mixed. I'm sorry, alumni network on board with the move mixed. Relocation options. Not a lot of Victorian mansions for sale. Have offered to build new house, but alumni are being little shits. Obstinate. Pivot to Caldon 2.0. Share new architectural plans. Show the logo without slogan. Ask for thoughts and possible slogans. Yasmin will generate concessions for time to look forward. Don't forget, Tom's daughter's birthday is next week. Don't yell.
Reggie's gonna deal with it. Did you know he was an economics major before he met you and switched to visual arts? What a shame.
Your plans to expand the campus are receiving a lot of pushback. Have you had any second thoughts?
Of course not. The situation in academia is dire. If we aren't aggressive in securing our future, we won't have one.
If you change Caledon beyond recognition, have you secured its future at all?
A question for philosophers and linguists who, despite my better judgment, still have majors here.
So you became the president of a liberal arts college, but you hate the arts. What's that about?
Contrary to the graffiti around campus, I'm not a heartless suit. For example, I'm something of a collector of Stieglitz prints.
You know, Stieglitz was one of the first people to champion photography as an art form.
He was, though I'm sure Stieglitz would be horrified at the state of postmodern art.
Oh God, it sounds like Jefferson.
Stieglitz has been dead nearly 100 years. I'd feel disappointed if he wasn't a little freaked out by my work. You really seem to have it out for the Abraxas Society.
Yes. Out there, I want to get rid of a damaged building and build some much-needed classroom space.
I have nothing against a new science building. But
Loretta Rice is tenacious in her pursuit of rumor and nonsense. All the more reason to demolish the house and move past the rumors once and for all.
I'll let you get back to it.
Please.
Please tell me Safi isn't with her mother right now. Or being her mother right now.
Max, you're out here. That's great.
Complaining about the new boss to the old boss.
And to think I used to complain about her. I didn't know how good I had it.
Nor does Owen. Once everything calms down, he'll be able to appreciate everything you're doing for him. Just give him time.
I know how she manipulates people with flattery, but it still works.
I think Vin is Safi right now.
Is this an official graduate program performance review?
Officially? No. Unofficially, I could not be prouder or more honored that Vin is the first Regents Chair grant recipient of my tenure.
I never thought I'd make it to college, let alone business school. Caledon's given me so much. And yet, somehow I managed to give it even more in return.
This grant is set up to foster the next generation of Caledon leadership. There is no one more deserving.
Owen has a lot of big plans for the school. How is the board handling it?
The way they handle everything, by clutching their pearls. And they're all rich retirees, so they literally wear pearls.
We do. We have a call scheduled this afternoon to hear some updates about his Caledon 2.0 plans. I'm sure it will be as lively as ever.
If not livelier.
I'll leave you two to catch up.
Enjoy your weekend. The campus is beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, go take your next famous photo. Preferably of me.
You know I always support your work, Maxine, but if you take his portrait before you take mine...
Don't listen to her.
Maybe I can use this photo to get to the folder on the table.
Max, that's all blurry, dude.
Mind if I move that folder? My last shot felt a little cluttered.
Thank you for reminding me. It's yours. That auditing student handed it to me and told me to pass it on if I saw you. Strange girl.
And while we'd love to stay in pose, we really should get ready for the call with the board. Pray for us.
Or yes, that's not Safi. I like that the game constantly has you thinking, like, oh, they said something weird, that's Safi.
That was fun. Meet me at the Turtle for part 2. XOXO. Safi's just fucking with me now. She's not even here. Safi's been one step ahead of me this whole time. Hopefully now I can get some answers.
Started in December, but lately it's been getting worse. So I came to Max for help. And she told me, well, it's really more about what I told her. That Arcadia Bay is still standing. And my mom, and everyone else, is alive. But then she told me that until very recently, this wasn't the case. But if I'm here, and Arcadia Bay is also here, I don't know. Do you know what it means? The visions, the different realities smashed together?
I have some, I want to say theories, but they're closer to fears at this point. Give me a minute. Max told me you're into astronomy. You want to take a look around? There's an image I captured upstairs that could be a new celestial object. Or it's just a speck of dust. Either way, you can help me name it.
Seriously? You're on.
All right, Moses. Let's see if you're as nerdy as Max says you are.
Okay, I'm in. Holy shit, this place is expensive looking. Moses Murphy, right? That's him, he's expecting you. Why do you make it sound so sinister? When I walk in, will you be like, hello, Chloe, I've been expecting you. Moses doesn't have a sinister bone in his body. I have a bunch of sinister bones in my body. They're in my left hand, because I'm left-handed. Sinister is left-handed in Latin. You and Moses are gonna love each other.
Wow. Moses flies his weeb flag high. Is that Nebula Rain? Only lesbians and uber nerds know about her. I should arrest this guy for future arson, just to be safe. In space, no one can hear your sick beats. Max isn't thinking about her birthday right now. All the more reason to get her something.
Maybe Moses would let me print something for Max's birthday.
This guy's being very polite to the crazy girl who showed up at his office and monologued about alternate realities. Simultaneously existing in a state of dead and hanging in there. I know the feeling. This is the coolest kettle in the history of heating liquids. I'm not big on the magical schoolgirl thing, but she gets badass points for that eye patch. If I wanted to make Moses' day, I could ask for his anime recommendations. Is this an art room or a physics lab? Moses seems to know how to blend the two with expertise. Moses is going full Pepe Silvia with this investigation.
Suspects, alright.
Those guys at the bar are planning their protest for tomorrow? I don't like that timing at all.
Culture clash.
Agreed. And the form is password protected. If someone was able to obtain it...
I'm on it.
Culture clash or something darker. It's been over 9 months since the storm that battered Lakeport and destroyed several local businesses. As residents attempt to rebuild, some of them are uniting in their criticisms of an unlikely target. I've been trying to get my insurance to pay off for months now, says Joey Powell, the owner of Crueller's Bar and Grill, which has struggled to reopen in the months since the storm. Meanwhile, Caledon is happy to screw over the town. The new science complex is just the start. Some locals seem to agree that the university is capitalizing on the town's misfortune. Tensions have been growing in recent months, with several altercations taking place between Lakeport residents and Caledon students and staff. A few of these skirmishes have happened in or outside the Snapping Turtle. The bar is a favorite of Lakeport locals, and also serves many Caledon students thanks to its proximity to campus. A lot of anti-Caledon sentiment has also been shared on a password-protected message board on Strifenet, a forum website. The Lakeport Daily News was unable to gain access to the board, but an anonymous source reported that several members have already been suspended for violating the forum's rules against violent threats.
Is that the dude from the bar last night? A bunch of guys getting pissed off on a message board. This never ends well.
That's where I found Max last night. The place would be rubble if she hadn't been there.
And Max thinks the house is where the fire started. I don't know why it's important, only that it is.
Demolition averted. Tensions high on Fremont Street. Early this morning, Lakeport PD responded to the sound of demolition sirens at a mansion on 3180 Fremont Street, the home of Caledon University's secretive Abraxas Society. The building was scheduled to be demolished this fall, until complaints from the Lakeport Historical Commission and the Abraxas Alumni Network were enough to halt the process, or so they believed. The demolition appeared to be in progress when police arrived, though no explosive charges were found when the police gained access to the basement. One Caledon student was found at the site and released after questioning. When asked for comment, Abraxas president Reggie Kagan replied that the whole thing has gotten so expletive up, before realizing he was late for a trigonometry class. Caledon's president Owen Teller has yet to respond. Meanwhile, the Lakeport Historical Commission has issued a statement. This is a blatant attempt by Caledon administration to circumvent the law. The president of a liberal arts college should be familiar with the term hubris and its consequences.
I've barely met this lady, but I keep seeing her face.
Sophie was my bet.
Whoa. What happened here?
Max took that photo before she jumped back here. But I swear the fire was in a slightly different place when she showed it to me yesterday.
So, Max's presence has changed something. But the fire is still on its way.
Interesting.
I've barely met this lady, but I keep seeing her face.
Sophie was my best friend. I hate to put her up here, but she's been acting pretty erratic lately.
So many post-its. I've got to take this guy outside some night and ask him questions. Whoa. I'll bet you could see light years with this baby. A horticulturalist, too? What can't this guy do? Moses needs a name for this dot? I should have.
I'll do that last.
A pet iguana? Dude, this office has everything. Some of Max's favorites are in here. It's good that she found a new movie buddy.
Maya Okada's work went unappreciated in her lifetime, but it's finally getting the recognition it deserves. This collection is a reproduction of her self-published chapbook and includes 9 short stories from a brilliant memoirist whose life was cut tragically short. Away from Home, stories by Maya Okada.
Did he paint this himself? Why'd he stop?
Your titties, Dawn, Space Pimple. We'll go with this one since Chloe's a little inappropriate. Uranus's long-lost cousin.
Wow. You process quickly.
I'm just laying it all out. We'll see if anything emerges.
So, Professor, have you solved me yet?
Not in the slightest. But I do have some follow-up questions. I'm sure you do too. Why don't you start?
I know we have a metaphysical mystery to solve, but can I use your 3D printer?
What for?
It's Max's birthday. She's being so brave about this whole save the school thing, but I think she needs some encouragement. Your anime wall gave me an idea.
Say no more. You have to text me when you give it to her. She's gonna love it.
You got it. I don't mean to snoop, but who's Maya Okada?
She was a friend of Safi's. They were really close until Maya's suicide. That's what started all the craziness last year. Safi blamed several people for Maya's death, and she used her powers to get revenge.
Well, it's great that you bought her book.
And I wasn't the only one. Maya's work has been getting more attention in the last year. I'm sure Safi's delighted.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I'm ready.
I'd like to hear more about your visions. You said they started in December?
Yeah. And they weren't even visions at first. Just weird daydreams. Of a storm, or a path, or... But they just kept coming. Then I started thinking about them, even when I didn't want to think about them. And that moment in the green room a few days ago... I don't think it was a vision. I think some part of me really went somewhere.
Okay. What were you doing in the green room before it started?
Looking in a mirror. That place was a grimy dump. Usually my favorite kind of bar. But for some reason, I started thinking about tornadoes. When Max and I were in high school, there was this crazy week where Max thought a tornado was going to destroy the school. No, sorry, that did happen. But it also didn't happen? What's happening right now?
Let's start with what happened 10 years ago. A storm threatened your town, and Max was forced to make a choice. She saved you, and Arcadia Bay was destroyed.
But the town is okay. My mom texted me an hour ago.
Yes. Somehow, the storm didn't destroy the town, and you didn't die. Which doesn't make any sense, except... A year ago, a storm threatened the school and the town. And Max made another choice. Or rather, she refused to choose between Safi and Caledon. Somehow she saved Safi and the school. And however she tied those realities together, it appears...
She tied up some loose ends while she was at it. She brought me and Arcadia Bay back together? With Safi and all the rest?
Yes. Somehow. Your vision started when you remembered the tornado. The thing that couldn't have happened, but did. A paradox. Your life and experiences are coexisting along an entirely different reality. And that's not sustainable. Maybe when you encounter a paradox, you come unfixed somehow, but that would mean even us talking about it directly could... Oh no. Chloe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, stay calm and tell me what you see.
It's always the same path. It ends in this outcropping with a couple of benches, like a viewpoint.
The overlook.
I like the view from the real overlook just fine, but this, I could stare at this forever. Tell me... Oh, dead Safi says that. Alive Safi, tell me about it. I've been all over the country, but nothing beats this view. What the hell? Safi, are you here? Oh, hey, nice to meet you, Chloe. Sorry, forgot to say that last night. What's happening? Well, look, the gang's all here. What are you doing here? Being dead, mostly, at least some of me is. She's right, the rest of reality was decided by Max, but this place contains the full truth of what happened to us. It remembers. I like coming back here and sitting on the bench just to remind myself. I don't think you should, hang out on the purgatory bench. This place is dangerous. I mean, sure, but what's the worst that could happen? For fuck's sake, death. Chloe, grow up. We're already dead.
That's where Safi died.
But there's a lighthouse, too. Like the one from Arcadia Bay. There's a sign. It's for Caledon. And my old high school?
So this place pulls attributes from both towns. Hence the lighthouse.
The sky is wild. Lots of auroras and shit.
So it's nighttime?
I don't think there's a sun in here.
She called off the search, stopped looking for herself. Missing, they said. Then, lost. Going, she replied. Then, gone.
What's happening now?
There's always something weird when I get to the top of the path. Me, dead. Safi, alive. A turbocharged lighthouse beam.
Okay. As far as we know, nothing in this space is real, or can hurt you.
As far as we know, huh?
Safi practically lives here now.
Left, mostly trees. Right, weird voices, sounds of someone crying. Up, overlooking lighthouse, some crazy tableau. There's a lot to learn here if you're willing to explore and watch yourself die repeatedly. I finally know the truth. Can't wait to see what Max has to say about it. I've been everywhere. Well, almost everywhere. The lighthouse door is shut. What do you think is in there, Chloe?
The, ground turned to my high school bathroom.
Interesting. Does that place hold any special meaning?
Sure. It's where Max ripped apart space-time to save me. Okay, Max is pointing a gun at Safi, and there are a lot of photos.
Photos of what?
I saw Max. She had a gun, and it always ends a little differently, but I died. That's what I've been seeing. Me dying. Max killing me.
You said there were photos. What happened after that?
The lighthouse beam turned on, and... What's wrong?
Chloe, you vanished. Disappeared for about 3 seconds. Before you came crashing back into the cabinet.
What? Where did I go?
I don't know. I think maybe that place takes you back to the moment where Max made her choice. About Safi. About you. Max stitched these realities together, but if you keep going back there, picking at the stitches, it could all unravel.
I saw some of Safi's thoughts and memories. We're stuck in that place together.
Makes sense. Safi is aware of the dual realities, and she's suddenly back on campus. Maybe she's looking for the same answers you are.
She seems depressed.
Well, you and she are trapped inside your own deaths. Emotionally, I can't imagine what that is doing to the both of you.
But Max chose to save me. Why do I keep dying?
You're returning to the moment of Max's choice. If the choice had been up to you, save yourself or save the town, what would you do?
I'd save the town. I'd sacrifice myself. That's what I told Max to do then. At the time, it felt like what I had to do.
And the overlight seems to reflect that.
Arcadia Bay was brought back to life. Why aren't they stuck in that place too? My mom hasn't told me about any weird visions.
Have you told her about your visions? My point is, we don't know what's happening in Arcadia Bay. We can conjecture, but my focus is on helping you.
So what do I do? How do I make sure I don't think about, you know?
Well, distractions seem to help. Your job. Loud music, lots of people, probably kept you safer. But now that you're aware of it, and what it means, we might have just accelerated whatever is happening. I'm so sorry.
So, it's just a matter of time? Until I don't come back?
At this point, there's a lot we don't know. But that's what the evidence suggests. We won't risk any more explorations into the overlight. That's what we're calling it now, by the way. I'll do some brainstorming. Maybe research mental techniques for...
Don't bother. You've got to focus on the fire.
But we need a plan. Your visions are growing in intensity, and that place is dangerous. If you spend more time there, you could end up in the other timeline. The one where you died.
I'm serious. It's okay. Why should I get to cheat death? It's not like I deserve it more than my dad. Or Rachel. Max saved me in the bathroom, but she couldn't make it stick. The time she bought me, it's enough. More than I deserve.
What do you mean? Of course you deserve to exist.
Not according to reality, or the universe, or whatever keeps trying to make me dead. Max has done everything she could for me. She always has. The least I can do is be there for her now. So, on to the good stuff. Who do we think is planning to start a fire? And why is this tweed dildo up there?
Lucas Colmenero is a former Caledon professor. He's been stirring up animosity between Caledon and Lakeport.
If he hates Caledon, you and Max won't be able to get much out of him. Max may have gone full ivory tower, but bars are still my scene. I'll head back there right now to chat with him and his protest buddies. Maybe I can learn more about their plans.